So let's take something like the square root of 80, a to the 5th, b to the 10th. Now, from what we've just done, you can look at this and say, well, the square root of b to the 10th is going to give me a b to the 5th, right? The square root of a to the 5th, well, I've got to break that down to a to the 4th times a and go from there, right? But what in the bleep am I going to do with the square root of 80?
Would you just go ahead and square root it down to the smallest thing it can go to?
Yeah, but you better prime factor it first.
Okay, so it'd be like square root of 80.
No, you do prime factorization.
Oh, okay. So
I think we've done that, haven't we?
Yeah, we did.
So, 80, now I don't remember if I did that in here or in the class, but it's simple enough. Okay, 2 is the smallest prime number.
Yes.
I can divide 2 into 80, and I end up with 40 times 2, right? So 80 is 40 times 2, but I want to keep doing this until I'm done, until all I have is prime numbers that can't be divided. Then I put it up here in that form and do what I did over here.
Okay.
So what I'm going to say is, okay, well there's 40. Now let's see. 2 is going to stay 2. It's not going to change. But I can write that as 2 times 20, right? And then this 2 is going to stay 2, but my 20 becomes 2 times 10. This 2 is still there. And then I've got a 2 here, and a 2 here, and a 2 and a 5, and a 2. Understand what I did?
Mm-hmm.
I just kept dividing by 2 until I got a prime number, 5. Okay? I won't always get a prime number. If this number had been 240, I'd have gotten a 3 in there someplace. Okay? But the idea is simple enough. So this is 80 is 2 to the 4th times 5. Because I got 1, 2, 3, 4 2s and a 5, right? So now I have the square root of 2 to the 4th times a to the 5th times b to the 10th, right? Well, I could do the square root of a 4th power. I can do square root of a 10th power. And for the a to the 5th, you see that I can group this as 2 to the 4th times a to the 4th times b to the 10th. Right? And I'll still have a square root of a left over because of the a to the 5th, right? I'm doing it a little quicker than I did, but the point now is just that 2 is just another symbol. Once I've done the arithmetic down here, I treat 2 like I would a, b, or a c, right? And what I get then with this square root is 2 to the 2nd, a to the 2nd, b to the 5th, times the square root of a. Okay? Now I don't know the values of a and b, but 2 to the 2nd now gives me 4a squared b to the 5th times the square root of a. So the principle is, if you got a number in here, express it in powers of primes. Do the prime factorization, and then just treat it like you would any symbol until you get to the very end, and then go ahead and do the powers of the numbers. Okay? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty simple thing to adapt to. So let's just do one more, and let's do one from the book. And we're a little over time, so if you need to go, you can, because I think you're going to be ready to do it anyway. But if you want to stick around long enough to just do a problem, it might be helpful.